everybody, welcome to the Honker Down Dropcast tonight. My name is Dave, Decoy Dave Bruns. This here is Zach Hessler, and we are part of DizzyDrops Outdoors. And Zach, what are we going to be showing the viewers here tonight for what the guys from DizzyDrops do before we get ready to go out?
Tonight we're going to pretty much be showing what our kind of early season preparation is and the type of gear that we use throughout the season, the gear that we think is going to be our best. Pretty much just kind of your blind bag essentials.
Blind bags are essential, and you know that's the key word here is essentials, because when you're out in the blind, especially if you have to walk quite a ways to get to your pit, your blind, you know, even sledding wherever you're going, you don't want to get out there and not have the equipment that you need when you are you know, getting ready to drop some honkers. So we're going to get into some things tonight. First, we want to talk about the stuff we've got up front here. Of course, beginning of the season, we want to make sure we're loaded up on shells. And you know, this great deal here, this Federal 100 pack here, I found this at Walmart, $45, 100 rounds of double B shot, 3-inch mag. So I'm ready for those. But one of the main shells that we like to shoot at DizzyDrops, Fast Steel. I started using it last year. We actually use a few different kinds here. I like the Fast Steel. They're a quick shell. And then you got the heavy metal over there, the 1 1/4 ounce. Got about a 1,500 feet per second shot on them. This particular one here is a 4-shot. You know, when we're out goose hunting, we don't just goose hunt, because there are ducks here in Nebraska.
Yeah.
So, you know, you want to be ready for every shot. And one of the things that we do is, you know, a lot of people, they'll just pull some shells out and pop them in. But Zach, tell our audience what you like to do with your 3 shells that you put in.
Mainly, I normally run the Kent Fast Steel cartridges along with the heavy metal, all 3-inch. I'll normally get double B of all if I'm going to be hunting in a field, because that is where we mainly goose hunt. Or if I'm going to be strictly goose hunting, that I'll mainly run double B to triple B.
Sometimes T.
Yeah, if we can find it.
Yeah, when we can find it. That's the key word these days.
But other than that, I mean, if we're going to be planning on doing a duck hunt like we do on our local public land, I'll normally run 4 or 2 shot, and that'll all strictly be the Kent cartridge Fast Steel. But my first 2 shots are usually the Kent cartridge double B, and then I put in a heavy metal double B right behind it, just because it's a little bit of a faster shell and it'll reach out a little bit further. We
don't like to take all 3 shots, but if we have to get to that 3rd shot, we want to make sure we've got the shell that's going to reach out and touch someone. And that would be the one we want to run that heavy metal last. We want to thank Black Rifle Coffee. I know that they don't sponsor us, but we love our Black Rifle. That's an essential in the morning. Trust me.
Daily drink.
Yeah, it'll save you at 5 o'clock in the morning when you're out setting up decoys or whatever. Black Rifle Coffee. We are big fans of Black Rifle. Also, Hunter Nation. Something that I got into here, Ted Nugent, the guys down there, go check them out, hunternation.com. Let's get into our blind bags here. And so we've got all of our stuff set off to the back, and you know, we're each going to let you guys know a little bit about what we put in our bag. We're going to explain it to you, and we'll start with Zach. You know, let's start with whatever you want to start with in the front of your, or in your blind bag.
The number one key thing is always first aid. You always got to kind of be prepared for if something's gonna happen, and if it does, that way you can have something, whether it's, you know, you are kind of messing around or you cut yourself on a corn stalk, kind of like Dave likes to do.
I'm the most accident prone guy you'll ever meet.
Or fall over in the river. It's always a big thing to do, is definitely always have a good first aid kit with you.
And they don't always come with it, but always keep some ibuprofen or Excedrin or whatever in it too. We like to load a few of our own things in there. Zach's going to show you a few of the things that are in there. He's got his inhaler because he's asthmatic, and when we really get into the geese, you ought to see, you ought to see this guy get excited. So he's got his inhaler in there. We've got gauze, we've got band-aids, we've got just about anything you need out in the field in case, in case of, a minor emergency. Obviously, call 911, get back to the truck, get back to the vehicle, whatever, if something else is to go wrong. So first aid kit is a #1 priority. And I'm gonna reach back, and I got all kinds of cool things to look at here. One of the things that I've got for my blind bag is my phone protector. A lot of times we're in waders, we're in water, we're at rivers, whatever. Phone's a very important thing. You want to make sure that it's protected and safe. So I keep my phone, or keep whatever valuable, your wallet, your money, credit cards, whatever that you're gonna take out hunting with you. Camera, batteries, stuff like that. You want to make sure that stuff doesn't get wet. So definitely a good thing to keep in your blind bag, and it doesn't take up too much space. Just set that right there. Zach?
One of the other key important things that I have obviously come to find out that are the most important thing to have is definitely several pairs of gloves. I got my
keyword several.
Yeah, multiple. I've got just my kind of lighter pair, which is good for early season. I got my early morning thick pair, which is my hazard pair from work. And then when we are hunting our public land or a river, I got my tangle-free Decoy gloves. They are the long arm ones. They come up about halfway up to my arm, and they're super nice to have and keep your hands nice and dry, so you don't get your kind of cloth gloves all wet and frozen in the icy water.
And he obviously mentioned he's got multiple pairs of gloves. I carry a very light pair of gloves that I like to use on the trigger because I don't like the bulky fingers. But those aren't going to always keep you warm. Make sure that they're light enough that you can do what you need to do with them, but they're also light enough you can put them under some heavier gloves. And on that same note, what I also like to have.
Well, both of us like to have.
Both of us like to have is our tangle-free hand muffs. These things are essential in the blind. And
oh yeah.
Although it may not go in the blind bag, it may not fit. You're more than likely going to carry it with you, but definitely something good to have. Because your hands will get cold out there, especially in western Nebraska. 7:30 in the morning after a nice snowstorm. You're gonna, if you need the manipulation of your fingers, you want to make sure you got this. And it's also got your front pocket there. Got shells, places for shells, choke tubes, whatever you need. It's a great hand warmer. And we also, I think you've got some hand warmers with you.
Another kind of sticking with the warmth topic and staying warm. I like to carry a lot of just normal hot hands hand warmers. They do really good, and you can also throw them inside your hand.
They'll go right into the front here, just like so. Pop a couple of them, stick them in there, and I'll tell you what, it makes a world of difference.
Oh yeah,
to have
nice
in
to
the
feel
blind.
your hand.
Now, one of the things that we're talking about, the essentials that we want in a blind bag, and the great thing about this is all stuff that is going to protect us, and protection. And I can't even stress this enough, Zach, how protecting yourself in the elements. I mean, yeah, you're out to have a good time. You're out to, any day of hunt's better than a day of work.
Yeah.
But if you're freezing or if you're exposed to the elements or whatever, it's not going to be too fun unless you stay warm. And one thing I don't have on the table here is I've got electric socks. Zach's got electric socks. Mine are USB. They plug right in, heat up, great under the muck boots.
I got a electric vest ordered. A heated vest. I'm looking forward to that.
Now, I'm a mail carrier, so I don't need anything like that.
I'm just wanting to wear a sweatshirt, and that's all. More comfortable for me.
Okay, Zach, what else do you got to go in your blind bag?
Another really key, important thing that I think we both got in our bags is Hope's lubricating gun oil. This is the spray, the liquid stuff. It doesn't freeze up, but it likes to kind of gel up on you during the wintertime, especially during the negative cold days. This stuff, you just kind of to give it a little quick spray and cycle your
shelter, yeah.
Cycle it a couple times, and it's like a brand new shotgun. It's amazing how well this type of stuff works.
Yeah, work that action right out. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's something that a lot of people don't actually think about.
Especially the spray stuff. Everyone thinks about the little bottles.
The tubes work good, the little tubes.
Yeah.
But when you got cold hands, try and find that. Yeah.
Yeah, or squeeze it to you got no feeling in your hands. I mean, all you got to do here is just kind of pop it up and you're all done. There you go.
And I love the smell of it, man. They even make a car freshener of this, and if you clean as many guns as Zach does, this is the stuff right here. It's like cologne around here. So your hops number 9, keep it in your bag.
What else you got for us over there?
Let's see what I got. Well, I'm gonna pull out. Oh, there's a choke tube. Our calls.
Yeah.
Now, normally this isn't going to go in your blind bag. Sometimes it will if you don't want it clanking around your neck all the time. You put it in your blind bag, carry it around your neck, carry it around whatever. But don't leave home without it. It's like the American Express card.
Done that a couple times.
Yeah. Well, we had an instance last year where it was his calls were in a buddy's truck, and we were out on the public land, and he brought them all the way out to us.
Yeah, so about a 20-minute drive. He brought them all the way out to us and walked them halfway. And luckily, I had them just before the birds were starting to go. I mean, we shot a couple just from them wanting that water really bad. But it was 10 times better of a hunt when we had our calls and could actually work some birds with it.
So what do you got going on here?
This is just kind of a personal preference. I've seen a lot of people do it, but I carry the little kind of like a little holder thing that I put chapstick in, because when you're out in the cold weather and stuff, calling, you get the spit around your lips. It makes your lips super chapped really fast, and it's just kind of nice to have because it just helps and kind of makes you call better too, in my opinion. But
and again, back to the protection part of things.
Yep.
You know, you get some good UV protection in there, keep your lips taken care of. I mean, and usually when you're in the blind or in the pit or wherever you're at, that's one of the only things on your body that is actually exposed.
Yep. Well, that
all
and your
the time.
face.
Yeah. Well, obviously your face, but your lips are always exposed, and because if you cover it up, you get that spit buildup in your gaiters or your masks or whatever, and it gets all crusted up and cold in there. To have just a tube of chapstick, Carmex or something in there, make sure you keep it in there. You can throw it anywhere in your bag. It's not going to take up any room. So make sure you have the chapstick in there.
Or even tie it up to your call lanyard, kind of like how mine is.
Yeah.
I went out and bought a special keychain just for it because I use it all the time.
That's a slick little deal.
I bought one. I got one for all of us. Yeah, I think Dave's got his somewhere in his room, lost. And
probably lost somewhere around here. You know, and that's just it. Funny story. Getting ready to do this drop cast. We were digging everywhere to find our stuff because it has been a while since we've been out, and you know, hunting's never been far from our mind, but just digging everything up and
making sure we got everything. And
looking for that $20 bill in a coat pocket, whatever. You know, we were digging up everything in here. So what else you got sitting over there, Zach?
Another thing that I like to carry. I think Dave just got one in the other day.
I did.
We like to carry these Feeney choke tube wrenches. They just kind of fold out like a multi-tool, and they're really nice to have, especially if we're going to be hunting, because on this public land that we hunt, we got a few spots that we hunt, and one of them's on the river, so you get some kind of further away shots. And so then like that, you might want to put in your long range choke or your long range choke tube. And if we hunt that pond or hunting in a field, we'll put in our
full or mid.
Yeah, or put in our medium range choke tube. And so it's just kind of something nice to have. Or even if in some instances that I've seen where people have actually busted their choke tubes out of their gun, like Bob from Top Down Decoys. He actually busted his, and he had a shell stuck inside of his choke. And I mean, luckily he didn't break his gun, but I mean, they're kind of nice to have too, because it'd be nice to fish it out and get it all unscrewed properly, so you can put in a new one as long as you got one.
Yeah, you always make sure you'll always want to have. See, and I only carry a long and a mid, so if my long breaks, then I'm stuck with a mid for the rest of the day, which I've never had a problem with. I've always done pretty good with that mid-range choke. But, you know, just in case you run into a bob thing, always have that choke tube wrench on there. I also got a little multi-tool here that I like to carry. It's got a screwdriver on it. It's got a little knife on it. It's got all the fun little features on it.
Yep.
It's a little foxhole type of deal, yeah.
Just kind of going off of the topic of choke tubes. Kind of going back to it. I do carry my long range choke and
mine's on the floor right there, and I'm not going to reach down and get it because.
And I carry my modified choke with me. This is the one that just came in my gun.
Yeah, mine's actually sitting with its modified in it right now. We were shooting a little trap.
And then currently in my gun back here, I do have my mid-range choke in. I took it out because I went out and was shooting with some buddies. But I do carry all 3 of my chokes in. I got a special spot for them inside my blind bag. Dave just got his blind bag today.
I actually got it from Walmart. It's, you know, you don't have to go out and buy the expensive stuff. I went to Walmart, spent $30 on a blind bag. It's got everything I need in it. And
I've had this one for 3 seasons. It's just a cheap little Flambeau blind bag. I've had it for 3 years, and I mean, it's done me good and done justice for what I've needed it to do. And it's been through hell and back.
I was gonna say, well, last year I didn't carry a blind bag. I carried a backpack, and I'll tell you what.
He dug through that thing looking for
yeah,
one little
thing.
It
was like a woman's purse. It was ridiculous. I mean, I'm going through that thing. It's got one big pocket, and then it's got the ones in the front. So you got to kind of pick and choose what you're gonna put in it. This one's nice and compartmentalized.
Yep.
Got a place for your shotgun shells or whatever. It's got little pockets on the side. It's got a little clip here. You can put your personal belongings in here. You got your sides here. I think I had a knife or something in there, but I think we'll get to that. We'll get to that. And you know, you got a place for shells out front, which we've got shells all over our body when we're running around.
I mean, I don't like putting the shells out front. I don't have that, but I got a little pouch up front that I put a couple other things in, which we'll get into here in a second. But I personally don't like doing it because shells will rust super fast, and I mean, who wants to shoot a rusty shell?
And if you kind of look at it, it's a little long.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it might be for choke tubes, but choke tubes get rusty too.
Choke tubes also rust out.
Like the incident we had with my gun right at the near the end of last season.
Yeah, crazy thing.
We pulled my gun out of the gun case, and there was rust spots everywhere. Didn't even know I had water on it, and I mean, because I had a pretty crummy gun case, but now I got a better one that I bought. But this, and I mean, I pulled it out, I got it all off, spent probably 2 hours cleaning it all up and getting stuff all situated with it. But now that we did, it's back to glory. What do you got for us now? What I got in trouble for?
Yes. Plug. I can't express and I can't tell you how important it is to have the right plug in your gun, because now older guns came with the ones that came with a plug. Those are no longer standard anymore.
Yep.
They aren't. Because you can still get 4 shells. Now I've got an 870 Express. Shells. Yeah, you measure it for a 2 3/4, but if you can get 4 3-inch shells in there, you're doing something wrong, and you're going to get caught, and you're going to get in trouble. So make sure you always have. I've got an extra choke, or I've got an extra plug that I carry around with me. I make sure before we do any hunts, we all make sure
even we take out.
Yep, even when we only can get 3 3-inch shells in there, because I'll tell you what, that's one thing they will crack down on. And obviously, we don't break the law when we hunt.
Not purposely. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be times when you're going to run into situations where, it's going to be a learning experience for you. We don't want we don't want our viewers or listeners or anybody to run into that. So make sure you've got, and they're not very expensive. These
no, it's like $5 if that.
So a couple bucks extra plug, keeping your gun. Make sure. And that goes with anything. Make sure that it's the right thing for your gun. I mean, we were talking about choke tubes earlier. Some of these choke tubes can't handle like the heavies or things like that. You got to make sure. I think the one that my long range is a cremator.
Crematory, yep.
Yep.
So are both of mine, my medium and long range.
And so, and however you want to say that, if the maker's a cremator or whatever you guys want to call them, tell me, let me know how I pronounce it right, if I'm pronouncing it right. But that's not the point. The point is, make sure that whatever accessory you use for your gun works for your gun, because you can't just go out and buy a long range choke tube. You got to make sure that it's going to fit your firearm. Yep. And you know, it's important. Read your labels, read the boxes, read the packages, make sure that it's going to work for you.
Yeah.
Zach, what do we got next going into the blind bag?
I'm gonna actually circle back to what you were just talking about with your your plugs. Last year I actually had an incident where my choke tube, when I bought my gun, because I bought this shotgun last year, had an incident. We got stopped by Game and Parks, had all licenses and everything like that, and checked out good. And then they started checking our plugs, and no one thought anything of it. While he was able to put 3 2 3/4 inch shells and plus 1 in chamber, so a total of 4. And so he said he was going to give me a warning then. Luckily, I knew him pretty well because he's really good friends, really good family friends. But I got lucky with it, and it could have been anywhere up to about a $500 fine. So even when you buy your shotguns, make sure that the choke tubes are the right size, and if not, just go find a little stick,
a dowel rod,
or a dowel rod or something. That's what I currently have, because I went and bought one that same day, right about 5 minutes after the Game and Parks. Went and got that all cut down to size. They even did it with me right there on the bed of their tailgate to help me and make sure. I mean, other than that, it's even when you buy your shotguns, see how many shells you can put in it and make sure it is the correct and legal amount.
And all the Game and Parks have websites. Go to your Game and Parks Commission, call them, email them, go to their site. Make sure that you're following the regulations for your state. In Nebraska, we are on the Nebraska Game and Parks website constantly.
Yep.
To make sure, because you know things change and they change as we go, and we have to keep up with their regulations, because if we don't, that's on us. Yep. So and that's on you as a hunter. Make sure that you keep up with your current state's regulations. So that's a big part.
Yep. Well, what do you got for us over there?
Well, I think we both got something here that's very important, especially in the morning.
Got a few of them.
Yeah, well, we've got them all over the house, actually.
Yeah, I haven't even put my new ones in there yet.
Headlamps.
Yeah.
Headlamps are important, especially if you set up decoys in the morning, or picking them up at night. You want to make sure that you can see where you're going. It's also a safety issue, because you don't want to trip on a corn stalk. You don't want to
blind yourself like I just did.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're gonna put that down for now.
But yeah, make sure and check your batteries. Make sure your batteries are full, ready to go before the season starts. It should last you the entire season once you change it.
Or
mine's
charged.
full because you can just press it on each.
I actually got that one for Dave when I was at work off of one of our local tool trucks. I'm a local mechanic here in town, and they had a pretty neat selection of headlamps up there, and it was kind of time. I like to get new ones every season. It's kind of like getting a new pair of socks every Christmas. It's something that every season it's just kind of a tradition that I do, and so
and they're easy to lose. They're really easy to lose. So
yeah.
If you misplace one, always make sure you've got an extra one.
Well, Dave's got 2 rechargeable ones. I got my 2 battery operated ones.
Well, I'm a mail carrier, so
yeah.
We do carry mail in the dark in the winter time,
yep.
so we have to wear them there too. So it's a good thing to have.
Yep, and I even got my really good rechargeable one.
Oh, that's not exactly the setting I wanted it on. If you don't have one, make sure you have a good flashlight. Same situation. Make sure that your batteries are good.
Yep.
You never know when you're going to need to try and find something in the dark. Flashlights are good. Or, I mean, God forbid, you get lost, or you get, you get in a situation where it's going to get dark on you. We do a lot of night flight hunting, right before shooting time. So, so we're usually picking up decoys in the dark. We use our flashlights. We want to make sure that we pick up all of our spent shells, any other kind of trash, which we're pretty good about that. I mean, maybe a water bottle or 2 here and there. We make sure that
all shells are picked up.
But all shells, make sure you take care of your landowners, because they're courteous enough to let you hunt on their land. Make sure that you know, you pick up all your stuff, make sure that you know, if the landowner can go out there and find exactly where you were set up,
You did something wrong.
yeah, you probably did something wrong. So make sure you pick up all your spent shells. Like I said, any kind of trash or anything there, and you know, don't leave anything for them to have to clean up, because you know that's just not cool.
Yeah.
So I mean, and we can't stress that enough. Landowners make it happen for us. Landowners make everything work for us. And we apologize. we got a little visitor over here. And we want to make sure that we don't lose our camera angle here. if it's kind of off, don't worry about it. We're almost done.
He's having fun playing with the tripod.
Yeah, we've got a black cat because, you know, it is Halloween, and we want to make sure that he's still eyeballing that string on that chair. So,
well, what are some things that you're looking forward to with this upcoming season before we dive back into what we got in our blind bags?
Other than stacks of birds?
Other than shooting birds, like you've been looking forward to all season.
Well,
or all summer.
DizzyDrops Outdoors has partnered up with Top Down Decoys.
Yep.
And it is a decoy company out of Illinois. Bob and the guys, how you guys doing out there? We are proud pro staffers for Top Down Decoys, and we didn't bring one in. We should have.
Oh, they're all stuck in the.
They're all in the trailer right now, but you know, I was actually at a local business here today, looking at shells. Of course, I'm always looking at shotgun shells and stuff. And the guy behind the counter was, you know, he noticed the sweatshirt, and he goes, "Boy, I've never heard of them." And I explained how Top Down works, and in the area where we live, they're the perfect decoy.
Oh yeah.
We get a lot of wind around here. Obviously, it's, you know, part of the goose hunting capital of North America. I'm not even kidding you. I mean,
Western Nebraska.
Western Nebraska is known for the big honkers out here, and so Top Down Decoys fits in perfect with us and Bob and the crew over in Illinois there at Top Down. You know, Zach keeps in a lot better touch with Bob than I do. Zach, you know, some of the conversations you've had with them, they're really starting to innovate even more.
Oh yeah, they got some. I've even kind of talked with them about some things to hopefully start coming out with and producing in the future. They got some, I'm not gonna spoil anything or any surprises that we've been talking about it that we're gonna be producing here soon. But we are going to be coming out with some new products with them, hoping that we can get our stuff in partnership with them. But other than that, I mean, I really enjoy talking to them. They treat us like we're their kids, or they took us under their wing.
I'm not a kid, trust me.
Well, they took us they took us under their wing, gave us a chance when we were nothing, and kind of helped us become something to what we are today, and how much we have grown. And
just in the last year, I mean, DizzyDrops Outdoors, Western Nebraska, Gearing, Nebraska. You know, we've come a long way in the last year. Like you said, you know, we sent out a lot of emails when we first decided to start this little venture of ours. Sent out a lot of emails. We were just kind of sticking our toes in the water to find you know, anybody who would support us. And you know, Top Down Decoys has been just phenomenal with us. And like Zach said, they treat us like family. You know, they call just to check in. You call Bob just to check in.
Yep.
It's a relationship that we very, very much value. So shout out to those guys. We got a few other things left for the blind bag here, and I'm just going to kind of get them in and out of the way quickly here so we can wrap this thing up. I always carry a shell belt. Just, you know, in case we have to. I guess the way I look at it is
walk away from our blind bag.
If I walk away from my blind bag or I walk away from my ammo, and you know, some start coming in, and you got to squat down in the field. You know, you're going to pick up something you already shot, and you're 50 yards away from, 40, 50 yards or 50 feet away from your blind bag, and then you just unloaded your gun. you got more coming in. You know, you squat down and you try and become as small as possible and as camouflage as possible, and you got to have a few extra ones to slip into the gun. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
What else you got for us?
I am a knife fanatic. A good pocket knife is always going to help you in the blind. I don't think I have to. I don't think I have to explain any of that.
No. What you got to keep those sharp over there?
Yeah. And I got the sharpener here.
I got a knife sharpener also with you. It's just a simple stone sharpener. You even got a little leather strap on it. I like this one. I've used it for a while now. I've used it for 4 or 5 years, and it keeps all of my knives super sharp too.
I'm gonna one up you. I've also got a fire starter. So a fire starter. Okay, we're about done here. All right. Anyway.
So another thing that you really gotta have is your gun socks.
My gun sock
keeps your gun protected.
Especially if you have, one of the older wooden type guns. You don't want to get it all scratched up or anything. Even inside of your gun case, anything can happen. So you make sure you sock it up. And another box of shells here.
Never have too many.
So we're as we wrap up right now, we wanna send some thanks out to a lot of people who have really helped us get where we're at right now. We've already mentioned Bob at Top Down Decoys, Bob and the crew at Top Down Decoys. You can see on the hat.
Yep.
Front shirt.
I got one more thing over here before you rush us out of here.
Let's get it done. I'm not gonna.
Another really important thing, especially if you're hunting water, is your wader patch kit. Poke a hole in your waders, like I got in my old pair before I bought this new pair. I had a big old hole right here on the top of my thigh, and I'd go get in the water.
Riverland.
Yeah, and I'd get out, and my pants are just completely soaked. But I still got a couple more things. So quit trying to kick me off my chair here.
I'm not gonna kick you out.
Kick me off my chair. I do got a duck tote. These are really nice to have, especially hunting.
Economical too. They're not very expensive.
Yeah, exactly. I think I got this one for like $10.
Tango free.
Yeah.
Tango free brand.
Just that's the same brand as my gun case. I really love their gun cases. They are really awesome and really high quality made. This thing is really nice because fill both sides full of birds and you just throw it over your shoulder, especially for
hook it to your waders.
Yeah, hook it to your waders or your blind bag, and it's really nice because like when we hunt public land, we have about a mile in walk or about like 3/4 of a mile. Yeah, but it'll be easier this year. You're a mailman, come on.
It's different when you got mud boots on.
Yeah. Another thing that I do got over here is just a simple pair of binoculars. They are nice to have too. If you got birds that are landing fields away, you can see kind of what they're wanting to do, and if there's someone over there hunting, kind of do some more scouting too. I always have my blind bag in my pickup, so when I'm scouting out fields, I normally will pull them out and kind of see where the birds are wanting to land in the fields, how they're setting, how they're wanting to land, kind of just everything that the birds are doing. And then the last and final thing I got is just a simple pair of pliers. Come in handy for almost anything. You can
couple bucks at Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get you a good pair. This is just a simple John Deere pair with a John Deere holster in it, but get you a good pair. The better.
We apologize for the little delay there. We had to change the battery, and Zach's getting a little cold. I don't know how, but he's getting a little cold. But I think that brings us to the conclusion of tonight's podcast here at Honker Down Podcast. There's a few thank yous. There's a lot of thank yous that need to go out.
Yeah, especially people who have gotten us to the place that we are at, and rest of the DizzyDrops crew.
Rest of the DizzyDrops crew. Do you want to go through?
We got you and me, which they already know.
Decoy Dave. Hey, by the way, look for Decoy Dave videos down the road. Yeah, we got some good ones coming.
We'll throw in some surprises for you. We got some surprise hunts.
We're not just wet blankets out here. We like to have a little fun when we do things.
Yeah, so. We'll have some pretty interesting hunts, some stuff that no one's ever seen before.
Well, you're gonna have to subscribe anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna have to turn on those notifications so you know when we post that video, or turn on the notifications for when you know we upload another drop cast, and
they'll be coming frequently. Don't.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. Hopefully, we're gonna try and get 1 or 2 out every week. Especially, we might do a couple podcasts individually and do a couple videos individually. So make sure you do have both of them. We are on Spotify as DizzyDrops Outdoors. It is the Honker Down podcast or the Honker Down Dropcast.
Yep.
But we are also going to be doing something special too when we are out in the field. We aren't going to be leaving and cutting to go eat lunch. Dave was actually subscribed to. It was the Sportsman's Box, right?
Sportsman's Box, yeah, I was subscribed to that.
But they sent him his last one that he did before he cut the subscription, which I don't know why he would do that.
It's coming back, don't worry.
Yeah.
I didn't need some of that stuff for the
It's a little mini flat pack grill, and this thing folds up like a piece of paper, and it unfolds, and it's got a little triangle and charcoal and stuff and a grate that can go on top of it.
Put a little charcoal in a gallon bag.
Yep. And then you take it with us. So I think we're going to do some stuff with that this year and do a few days where we're like a celebratory hunts that we'll do.
We'll do some of our drop casts from the field. We'll do some live streaming.
Yep.
That'll be a good time. We're gonna have a good time.
Yep. We're also on Facebook as DizzyDrops Outdoors and our Instagram. Thank you to all of our 1,900 followers on there that we got.
1,900. We hope to have more. We're working on that one.
Yeah,
and
it's increasing significantly fast. And
our YouTube channel.
Yep, which this is going to be what starts it. So help us out with that. We really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. Anything else you'd like to say?
There's a lot I'd like to say, actually. We appreciate you guys. We want you to subscribe. We want you to go to DizzyDropsOutdoors.com. We've got some great merchandise coming up. Some t-shirts, some hats, some beanies.
Look for it on our website.
And for that, we want to thank Shane Wilson down at the Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing here in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Shane's a hunter himself, and he has been just phenomenal with us. We're getting ready to go meet with him again tomorrow. Shane is going to produce some extremely beautiful t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, you name it. But you have to go to DizzyDrops.com and check out DizzyDropsOutdoors.com. Make sure you check out the merchandise page. So Shane, big shout out to you out there. I also want to take the time to say thank you to everything that Andrew Smith from Adventure Photography is doing for us. Andrew is going to be tagging along with us a lot this winter on all of our hunts. He is a phenomenal videographer, photographer, and drone pilot.
Actually, we have a lot of his pictures that he has done for us of last season are on our Instagram page and also on our website in the photo gallery.
Check out our photo gallery. We got some cool stuff in there. And Andrew Smith from Adventure Photography, and I apologize for the cats. Adventure Photography is a big part of our lives. I want to go through the rest of our crew. Landon Brunn's my son. He is also part of our crew. He is going to be coming out later on this season. He's going to be coming out with some survival tips, some camping tips. He is an Eagle Scout and earned it well. And he does a lot of our technical stuff as well. So Landon Brunn's part of it. Your boy Tristan.
Tristan Stroud, one of my best friends since we were about 4 years old. We've learned to do everything together, from riding dirt bikes, four-wheelers, to jumping off the cliffs into the lake, out at the lake when we go camping during summer, to learning how to ride a jet ski.
Yeah, so Tristan Stroud is a great kid. I'll tell you what, kid's got a pretty good fastball too, if you ask me.
Yeah, him and I had some fun.
My daughter Paige is also part of the Dizzy Drops crew. You will see her in some of our drop casts. You'll see her in some of our videos. Paige is a 16-year-old just go-getter, and sometimes she doesn't like it when we kill things, but she's very much part of this crew. She's very much been a part of our crew. And Hope McCoy.
Yeah, Hope and I have been friends for just about as long as me and Tristan have been friends. Her and I also grew up together. She grew up with Tristan and I. we were kind of all just one big group. Paige was in that too later on when we were all in junior high, and it just kind of went from there, and we all became a really close friend. Tristan and Hope are the boyfriend and girlfriend out of everybody.
They are the John and Yoko. They are. I mean, and they probably wouldn't understand if I told them that. I'm the old man of the crew. This is a very, very motivated group of young people who are going out on this venture and this journey, and we would really appreciate the following, because these kids work hard. Zach, Tristan, Landon, Hope, Paige, all work very hard at doing this. You know, when I was 17 years old, I couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. But these guys are working hard every day to make this thing work. And you know what? I'm right there with them. I'm the beauty.
He thinks he is. He likes to think he's the beauty,
but anyway,
so that's what Hope and Paige are for.
If we missed anybody, I sure apologize. We'll pick you up on the next podcast. But you know, we appreciate you for watching the cast here tonight. We want you to go to all of our social media. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you follow us. DizzyDropsOutdoors.com on Instagram. We'll soon be coming up with a Twitter page, correct?
Yep, I am currently working on that, actually getting our page designed and all set up.
And Top Down Decoys, the Zone at Scottsville Screen Printing, Adventure Photography. Go check them out. They're all great. They all have websites, Facebook pages, whatever.
Yep.
Make sure you give those guys, give them their support. And Zach, I guess there's only one thing left to say. Load up and honker down, baby. It's time to go.
You can press pause.